Oh wait, 10, 100, 20, 100. 30, I only have 130.
Hello, this is Nero. Thank you for joining this webinar today. For today's webinar, we are going to explore the cutting-edge capabilities of Microsoft 365 Copilot and how it can transform the way you work with Copilot. So today we will dive into how Copilot for M365 can save your time, increase your efficiency, and help you focus on what truly matters. Whether it is for drafting email, creating presentation, or analyzing data, Copilot is here to elevate your work experience. We have also calculated the return on investment for whether you should invest in the Copilot. We've shown you some study and also the analysis with the effectiveness of the Copilots. So before we start, let me share about background of our company. We are SS Orange, a leading IT solution provider with a strong presence in Hong Kong, Singapore, and Taiwan. And we are the one-stop Microsoft Cloud service provider that help businesses to optimize their operation through a wide range of our solutions. This include Microsoft licensing, migration, Azure Cloud, Teams Phone, security-related solution, and etc. Our goal is to help you work smarter. If you're interested about our solution we provide, please don't hesitate to reach us. For the webinar today, there will be a Q&A section before the end. You may type your questions in the chat box or ask directly after the sharing. Please also keep your microphones muted throughout the webinar to avoid some background noise to ensure a smooth experience for everyone. All right, let's get started. Before dive into talking about the function and features of Copilot, I'd like to start with talking some introduction about the beginning of the Copilot. Actually, I believe many of you here should have about ChatGPT and should already experience some function of ChatGPT. It's kind of like a chatbot that you input your question or your instruction, then the ChatGPT will come up some response. And Copilot is actually similar. It embeds the function of ChatGPT. It's a natural language processing technology that use the machine learning, the deep learning, to understand the human language and to generate some answer and question or respond based on your instruction. So Microsoft Copilot is an AI-powered digital assistant aimed to provide an advanced and more personalized assistance to users for a range of tasks and activities. Copilot doesn't just connect the function of ChatGPT with Microsoft 365. It combines the power of their large language model, we call it LLMS, with your data in the Microsoft Graph, including your calendar, emails, chats, documents, meetings, and more. And the Microsoft 365 apps to turn your work into the most powerful productivity tool on the planet. So what are the difference between the free version of the Copilot and the paid version of Copilot for Microsoft 365? The topic for today, we will be focusing on the second one, which is the paid version. And the free version of the Copilot is that you can already using the free version on the browser, on the Microsoft Edge. You just need to type the Copilot and you can ask Copilot to search content from the online and internet. But the main difference between the paid version is that you can now make use of those documents you have already created and already upload to your cloud system, which are the OneDrive and also SharePoint, to make use of those documents to create another personalized and also advanced document that you decide. And I'll show you in the later section for the demo part. And with Copilot in Microsoft 365, we can input our instruction to a different tools in Microsoft 365, including in these applications: Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and Microsoft Teams. And actually, there are more applications you can make use of Copilot, including Microsoft Loops, Microsoft Designer, Microsoft OneNote, etc. But for the time today, we will be focusing on these five main use application in our daily work. Although Copilot sounds powerful, but some of you may concern about the security of Copilot, or we can say AI. In fact, Microsoft is concerned about user security and confidentiality more than we do. They have guaranteed that all the chat data in Microsoft will not be saved. No data proceed will be used to train the AI model. And the main difference between the free version of some AI tool and the paid version of Copilot M365 is that the version of the ChatGPT, the AI system is always up to date, and you do not need to worry about the security issue. And you can also make use of the document you have uploaded and created to work with you. In summary, you do not need to worry about the security when you use the Copilot in Microsoft 365. All right, let's move on to talk about some basic function and feature in each application. First, let's dive into Microsoft Word. With Copilot, you can elevate your document creation and editing experience. Whether you're drafting a report, summarizing content, or refining your writing, Copilot is here to assist. It helps you to generate ideas, correct grammar, and format your document to meet professional standards. Imagine having a writing assistant that ensures your documents are polished and imperfect. Next, we'll explore Microsoft Excel. Copilot is your intelligent assistant for data analysis and management. It helps you to create complex formulas, generate charts, and automate repetitive tasks. With Copilot, you can quickly gain insight from your data and make informed decisions. Whether you are working on financial reports, some data analysis, or project tracking, Copilot enhances your Excel experience, making it more efficient and effective. All right, let's move on to Microsoft PowerPoint. Copilot can revolutionize your presentations by helping you create visualize appealing and engaging slides. It suggests contents, designs layouts, and even generates speaker notes. With Copilot, you can focus on delivering your message while it takes care of your designs and formatting. Your presentations will be professional and captivating, making a lasting impression on your audience. For Outlook, Copilots help you stay on top of your inbox and create impactful communication in a fraction of the time. It assists you to design and also draft email, summarizing email threads, and suggesting action items, replies, and follow-ups. With Copilot, you can manage your email more efficiently and ensure that your communication is clear and effective. Moving on to Microsoft Teams, I would say Copilot works as a personal AI assistant that enhances our collaboration experience. It assists you in managing communications, organizing meetings, and collaborating with your team. Copilot helps you work on different tasks, drafting message, summarizing conversation, and schedule meetings. With Copilot, you can stay on top of your tasks and ensure your team is always aligned. It's like having a personal assistant that keeps your team connected and productive. And finally, you can even make use of Copilot in Teams meeting to help you prepare, take notes, and follow up on action items. It creates agendas, captures key points, and generates meeting summaries. With Copilot, your meetings are productive and well organized. Whether you are hosting a Teams meeting, a client call, or a brainstorming section, Copilot ensures that your meetings are effective and efficient as well. And you can see the clip right here. And when you have holding a meeting, you can ask Copilot to recap the meeting summary and even list the action item. And I'll show you this function later in the demo section. All right, time to show you some demo on how these features and functions look like in each application. All right, let me move on to my desktop first. All right, so here is my interface of the Outlook. And as you can see, this application is mainly used for daily conversation with our client and also internally. And we can make use of this Outlook, make use of the Copilot in this Outlook as well. The first function I wanted to do is the summarize function. And as you can see, we got a lot of different email day by day. And when you got a different email, sometimes it's a lot of word and also lengthy. And you can actually, with Copilot function, there's a summarize button right here. And you can click on this, and Copilot will then start to screen your email to give you the summary, whether this email is about, and is there any action item that are relevant to you, and it will list out all the important points from this email, which means that it saves you time to reading all the message by yourself. So this is the first function. And the second function is that we can actually make use of Copilot in helping us to draft a new email. For example, let me open a new email right here. And with Copilot, you can click on it, and there is a draft with Copilot button right here. Open it, and there will be a chat box for you to insert your instruction. Let's say I want to arrange a meeting with my client Peter to discuss about our sales proposal for the next meeting. I can then ask Copilot to generate for me. Generate a draft for me to ask Peter to prepare the sales pitch proposal to discuss in the coming meeting next week. All right, before I click generate, I can actually, there should be, all right, let me click generate first and see what is come up. Actually, there is a button that I can make some changes about the email format, like I can making it more formal, direct, more casual. But I think Microsoft is keep changing about the function, keep improving. So as you can see, this is the first draft I just asked Copilot generate. I can actually click here to type my further instruction to modify this first draft, or I can click the adjust button right here to ask Copilot to make some minor changes. Like I can make it longer, shorter, make it sound more formal, direct, casual, or make it even like a poem is also possible. For this example, I would like to make it like a more formal because Peter is my client. I don't want to make it too casual. So I can ask Copilot to edit it to make it more formal wording. And as you can see, it changed a bit for the wording, and I can then keep it or discard it, and or even regenerate. For this time, I just keep it, and you can see the first shot will be here, and I just need to type Dear Peter, and maybe change some of the word right here. Then this email is fine to send out. This is quite efficient and fast, right? And it's also one of the pain points for drafting email is that we sometimes do not have any idea how to start writing the email. But with Copilot, it gives us the first draft within 10 seconds or even faster. And we can even ask Copilot right here by clicking the coaching by Copilot to ask Copilot to give us some feedback on this first draft, whether it's good enough or there's some point that we can further improve it. For this example, and you can see that Copilot provides few points based on three perspectives, including the tone, reader sentiment, and also the clarity of this email. And it also gives us the recommendation and also concrete wording for how I can better write this email. For example, it suggests me I can replace "I hope this email find you well" with a warmer greeting such as "I hope you are doing great." And as you can see, we can, based on the recommendation, to make some further changes to improve the writing. Okay. For this time, I just want to keep it, and I can just send it out. So this is a function we can create a first draft, and even I can make use of this function to reply email for drafting email reply as well. Okay, so this is the first I want to introduce. The second I would like to introduce is the Microsoft Word. Let me open a Word document first and open it. All right. With Copilot, you can see the Copilot button right here and here. Both are also work, and I just need to click here to again input my instruction in this chat box. Again, I want to show you some demonstration. For example, imagine you are, let's say, a human resource manager, and you want to create a job posting with Copilot, but you don't want to spend time on working on by yourself, you can ask Copilot to generate a job posting for you. But I recommend you to input your instruction more detailed and accurate so that Copilot will be generating a better and also desired response for you. Let's say I want to ask Copilot to generate a job posting to hire another human resource assistant for me. Then I can ask generate a job posting to hire a human resource assistant for me. And then I can just click generate. But before sending it out, I can actually make use of some document I have already created previously to ask Copilot to refer on it so that the format and also the content will be similar and also more it's also better. Then again, I can just type slash and just key in some relevant keywords. For example, I've already created job posting for admin assistant previously, and I can ask Copilot to refer on this document and then generate. Right? Copilot will then start to generate and try to screen through the document to see whether there is any content relevant to the instruction I just input. And as you can see, within just a few seconds, it starts to generate a very detailed and structural content from about us, some job title, job description, key responsibility, qualification, and etc. How they apply as well. And it's very easy and also very structured. And you can even make use of this function in some sales pitch, sales proposal, or some your internal project starting also able to do it. All right, I can ask Copilot to make some modification. Like I can maybe I want to improve the key responsibility. I can just type it to make some changes, or I can even ask Copilot to make it in a paragraph format instead of the point form. All right, but this time I want to just keep it, and I can just selectively highlight some paragraph to ask Copilot to make changes or ask to rewrite it to another version. For example, I don't want this description. I can ask Copilot to make some changes, make it more formal and informative. And it will start to generate another version for me. And you can see the difference between both paragraphs. This is select a better one, or even ask Copilot to make some further changes is also available. All right, I'll just discard it and keep it right here. And also, you can click on this Copilot button to ask Copilot for summarizing. Remember the Outlook, we have the function that asks Copilot to summarize our email, a mailbox, so that we do not need to spend time on reading the whole email message, right? With Copilot, we can also ask Copilot to summarize this document, for example, in 6 points. So I send it out, and I do not need to read it by myself. And imagine you got a lot of different sales proposal, a lot of different documents from other vendor or some other parties. You do not need to spend time reading by yourself, but ask Copilot to generate the key ideas that you need to pay attention and focus on. And you just keep screening and listing out all the important points that relevant to you. So I just need to read here, then we'll be good enough. Okay, and you can even ask some further question like what are the qualification required and tell me more about the company. Is also able from the Copilot screening tool. Okay, so this is pretty much about the Copilot in Microsoft Word. In PowerPoint, let me open another document. Okay. So this is the PowerPoint and it should be blank, right? And in the past, if we need to create a new presentation slide, we have to do a lot of pre-work. We have to do some research online, copy and paste all the key points and idea from the internet or from our document we have created. We have to search the content, search the images and key into our slide, and even to make the animation and also some speaker notes. But with Copilot, we can just need to click on this and insert our instruction, and then Copilot will be able to generate a presentation slide professionally and also structural. And let's say I want to generate a presentation about a sales pitch, maybe generate. I can actually click on this, create a presentation about a sales pitch for selling, maybe selling shares. Let me just imagine selling shares. Just then I can just send it out. And Copilot will then be able to search all the relevant content from online source and even from the internal company. It's relevant to sales pitch for selling shares. And it was just pulling things together and working on it. Just give it a few seconds. And usually take up about 10 to 20 seconds to complete the first job. All right. And this is also the first function I want to demonstrate. Actually, we can, again, make use of an existing document to create something more relevant to what we are looking for. And I will demonstrate after this first demo. All right, it takes some more time. Okay. Okay, something went wrong. Maybe I then maybe do another thing, maybe selling pens to see if possible. And sometimes please bear in mind that sometimes the response may not be accurate, or the system may come up as a message like this one is something went wrong. I ask you to generate again. Don't hesitate. Just try to key in another keywords or relevant. Change your prompts in order to ask Copilot to regenerate again to come up to another response, because it happens sometimes. Okay, this happens again. Maybe I do it another thing about Copilot presentation, maybe. Maybe it will be better. All right, let's see. It can generate. And again, Microsoft is actually keep improving the Copilot, and sometimes there will be a glitch like this one, and even in other application, and you have to maybe try another prompt, another instruction to see it works. If it doesn't work, okay, I'll try another function. It usually would take like around 10 seconds to generate come up a presentation slide. Let's see if there any technical issue. I'm still working on it. And as you can see, we can create a presentation about from some topic we input. Somewhere on in a moment. Maybe I try another function. We can actually create a presentation from file, from our PDF, from our Word document, and also from our different document already created. For example, I've already created a return on investment for purchasing Copilot in Word format. I can ask Copilot to, based on this format, this document, to create a presentation slide for me. All right, you start to looking things about looking at the document to digest and find out some key idea and point to list it out. Like this one, here's the outline of the presentation about the return on investment for Copilot and some time saving conclusion, and we start to generate it. Okay, something went wrong. Maybe there's some issue for this PowerPoint. Maybe I skip it and I will get back later for this function. Maybe I then move on to Excel first. I will come back to the PowerPoint later. So Excel, actually I already created a few documents for my demo. And let me open this business expenses budget for investment and try out some function for you. Okay, so as you can see, there are a lot of different Excel worksheet right here, and with some data already here. And what we can make use of Copilot is that it's already listing out here. We can actually ask Copilot to suggest a format column, summarize using some pivot table or chart, highlight all cells, highlight some specific cell, or making some formatting changes. And even I can ask Copilot to provide some insight based on this data. For example, I got a actual expenses right here, and this is the actual travel expenses data from different months. I can actually ask Copilot to highlight the highest number for me. Just need to change it to a word, highlight the highest, highlight the highest number for me. And then you start working on it and try to screen all the data from this area and try to come up the higher number. And imagine if you got a lot of different data from all over the sheet, you got a lot of data and you do not need to spend the time on reading through the data, and it will just come up here and I can click apply. And it will just highlight this one. This number is the highest among others. All right. But of course, this is the total sum. So you just ignore the first column. Okay, and the second function I want to show you is I can actually ask Copilot to, based on this data, to generate some form of a chart to better demonstrate this data. Generate maybe a pie chart based on the data, and then send it out, and you start analyze and come up this table, come up this pie chart for me. I can add it to a new sheet right here. All right. Looks good, right? I can actually make some changes right here and moving back to here. And again, I can, for example, I got this area, I want to ask generate a chart to show the data. And Copilot will then, based on the data format, to select a better chart for me, or for this one, because I didn't illustrate it for pie chart, but just listing out all the data right here. I wanted pie chart, so I just need to copy this and just again type the pie chart, and you change the format for pie chart, and right, it's right here, and I can add to a new sheet for better presenting the numbers and also the findings. All right, they finished up. Okay, I can add here, and it shows here all the data's numbers, and also I can make some changes based on this data set. All right, and more importantly, we can actually ask Copilot to come up some insights based on this data, whether there's the positive relationship between these different items, or there's a negative relationship, or there's any correlations between different data sets. And for example, for this one, because don't have any ideas on how we can um, maybe let's say this item, the relationship between website hosting and this marketing event, I don't have any ideas for both relationship. I can ask Copilot to come up with some insight for me. Give me some insight about for both website hosting and marketing events, and see how it will generate. All right, it will then start to analyze both item set and listing out this data, like the collateral preparation and marketing event have noticeable higher January, and it will just show up based on my instruction. And I can place it here and in this table, and for me to do some further editing and modification. All right. And for me, because to be honest, I'm not very professional in using Excel. And some of you here may be already professional in using some pivot table or even the some Python in editing your Excel sheets. But you can actually make use of Copilot especially in using Python, because Microsoft just announced that the Wave 2 is available for using the Python. And also, we can actually make use of the Copilot in analyzing the comment like this one. And as you can see, here a lot of different comment. It's a demo. I can ask Copilot to give me some conclusion about whether this comment have some similar points from clients. I just need to ask Copilot to analyze this comment and come up with something similar. And we try to understand the data, analyzing, and as you can see, it will just list out all the data set, and it just be able to analyze some listing out the satisfaction about the product, the customer service helpful, and list out some relevant and also repetitive, some repeated comment. And you can actually make use of this function to digest the text message as well. And again, I myself is not professional in using Excel, and I think it helps me a lot, as I sometimes will forget all the buttons from the Excel. Like I need to generate some pie chart or some table to illustrate the data, but I need to do some research again, and I find out whether this button is right here or in this column, and it usually take me a lot of time to do this work. But I can right now with Copilot just key in my instruction, and then Copilot will then come up with the format, with the formula, and I just need to click on add a new sheet, add this formula to this data sheet, then will be good enough. Okay, so it's very effective and also powerful tool and functions in Copilot for Excel. All right. Okay, moving on to the Microsoft Teams. And this is our daily conversation tool for our text message. And also we can arrange meeting and also do some Teams meeting here, right? And for Copilot, we can actually make use of this function in Teams as well. And again, I will describe it as a personal assistant that I can ask Copilot to do some advanced tasks. Like, for example, let me share with an example for you. Imagine you are, again, a HR human resource manager, and you got a lot of different series, and especially you are hiring uh, let me do it again for the human resource assistant you just want to hire, but you got a lot of CV, and in the past we need to screen those CV by ourselves and then select a better candidate for our interview process, right? But with Copilot, we can ask Copilot to screen this document for ourselves and then come a conclusion that which are the best candidates that we can go into next stage. All right, so just need to key in the instruction. I need to hire human resource assistant, and I got 2 series. Of course, if you have multiple series or you have multiple document, then you can ask Copilot to digest this document as well. It's multiple, not just two, not just limited to. Please select a better candidate for me. And then I can just press slash and key in the keywords. And I have already uploaded my personal CV. All right, should be CV and this one. And then I got another demo CV as a Charlie Learn. And if you have more CV or more document, you want to ask Copilot do it, like to do the translation work or comparison, spotting differences, you can also do it by this area. And then I just need to click send out, and Copilot will start to read through both documents, listing out all the content, all the relevant experience, skills, education, some backgrounds, and select a better candidate for me. So based on this information provided, a Neuro seems a better fit for the human resource system because what we just mentioned the key highlights here. Okay, so it'd be easier for you to make use of this function. And if you got a lot of different documents, as I said, you wanna do the translation for your PowerPoint, some presentation, you can ask Copilot to do it. And even it's also able to work as a PDF document, not just the Word document and also the PowerPoint format. Okay, and other example I want to show you is that we can ask Copilot to come up with some table to listing out all the important, maybe some project progress or some conversation need our attention to focus on. And I have actually created instruction for me to copy for my demo. For this one, I can ask Copilot to summarize my email, my team's message, and channel message for my last birthday to filter out all that filter out something and then come up with something relevant to me and also list out the action item in dedicated column so that I can be more easier to follow all the important content relevant to me. Just need to copy and paste it, and it will just list out the table for me to take notes, to follow up, and to do my work. All right, and you can see it just separate the type, topic, the summarization, some action item, and also follow up. And I can even right here click into this small button, the small number, to go into that page for me to see the details about each item. All right, it's easier for you to do the follow up. And on the other hand, if you got a lot of different meeting, especially if you are a general manager or some bottlenecks from your project group, and you should have a lot of different meeting that need your preparation of your work document and also your different tasks to prepare. And you can ask Copilot in this one. You can ask Copilot to list out all the meeting that you need to join and who will join those meetings, who reject those meetings, and also mark the summary so that you do not need to go to your calendar and see all the meeting by yourself. You can ask Copilot to list out, and it's better for you to follow up easier, like who will attend, who will not attend, and pending to reply, just list out what are the important, what are the core ideas for each meetings, and you just list it out here. It's easier for you to follow up some meeting or prepare the some action or document before each meeting. All right. Okay. Finally, move on to the our Teams meeting. We can actually make use of this Copilot in our Teams meeting. When click here, and I can just ask Copilot. When I key in the recap, it will just list out all the meeting notes rather than we need to ask another person to sit in to mark the meeting notes by, and it saves times and also reduce the error because sometimes when we ask someone to drop meeting notes for us, he or she might not be very accurate and may miss some point that he or she may not really understand about it. So, and you can see that all the action items, all the key points, if we summary is just listed out here. And I can actually ask about the list action item. So that in case you have something missed during the meeting, you can still watch the text right here. Since this meeting is for the Copilot webinar, there will be no action item. So which means Copilot will not be able to generate some action items, but it save time and also capture all the important points for you to follow up. And you do not need to rewatch the meeting recording, and it saves your time and also effective. All right. pretty much about the demo section. Let me go back to my slide to show you some return on investment, whether it's worth to invest in purchasing the Copilot for your employee. Okay, and Copilot actually can make use of different job title, job functions, including human resource, marketing, sales, IT, and finance. And I believe you should take part in similar tasks that I have introduced, or if some word that relating to make use of the Copilot functions. And the price for Copilot is $30, and I will just leave it to Chelsea to further explain the grant for Singaporean. And later, maybe let me share about the return on investment first. And research shows that Copilot help to improve our work effectively and significantly in different aspects, like the meeting follow-up, email responses, content creation, searching, etc. And in FFH, employees use Copilot saves 1 to 2 hours per day that they can put the focus on other important tasks. And talking about the ROI, the return on investments, as you can see in this slide, on each daily work task we do, like PowerPoint creation, Excel analysis, work content creation, drafting email, summary, notes taking, and idea generation, these tasks take significant time in day compared with those using Copilot. Taking a marketing manager and human resource manager as examples, their hourly pay is already around 50 to 60 US dollar. Its value become even more apparent for higher paid employees who save more time on routine tasks. While Copilot is just half price of 30 US dollar per month, and you actually have the grant like a half grant. With the time Copilot save for each task, the greatest returns will come from leveraging time saving to innovate, to manage, and to add value for customers. Furthermore, the advantage using Copilot, not just the time save, but the guarantee of quality. In conclusion, the personal productivity gains alone makes Copilot a worthwhile investment and promising to revolutionize the way businesses operate in Singapore and also in worldwide different company. It's also applicable. And again, let me move on to this the price table. I will let our colleague Chelsea to share about the price, the grant, what exactly, and then also the grant detail for you to take reference to consider further. Chelsea, please.
Okay, thank you, Nero, for a very thorough presentation about the functionality of Copilot so far. And let me share my screen. So you can see, sorry, let me enlarge it. Okay. So we are Access Orange, and I'm Chelsea Gao. I'm the customer success coordinating with the ESG Copilot project. So what's difference? What makes us different than other vendors? We are the assigned partner assigned by Microsoft and working with Enterprise Singapore, and we are eligible to issue you all the Microsoft products and Microsoft business licenses, also Copilot licenses. And we will have a dedicated team to support you along the way for the Copilot onboarding and also training and etc. And if you get Copilot licenses from us, we can offer you complimentary training, also workshop. And other than that, we also provide add-on services, including with onboarding services. So you don't have to bother to have to check in all the details and spending time on making your staff equipped with Copilot. And also work smart with Copilot training. So it can be on site or online. And the Copilot training can take up to minimum with 2 hours or the whole day training. And the Copilot training will be tailor-made, specifically suits to your needs. meaning that maybe your company, your corporation are more into specific functionality of Copilot, and we can tailor-make with the training, and it would be very different with others. And also we can check your readiness of Copilot. And talking about the grant details, the Copilot grant for Singaporean SMEs are listed here. So you can take a screenshot of this. The grants subsidized for SMEs in Singapore, and it offers 50% of refund for eligible business, and it is paid upfront, meaning that you only pay half of the price. And we, as Access Orange, we pay the full price to Microsoft, and we get the grant reimbursed after the grant period. So we are eligible and we are responsible to support you to make sure you are successful in onboarding with Copilot and you are satisfied and happy with the whole journey of the whole year. So Copilot is an add-on on Microsoft 365 business license, meaning you have to own at least Microsoft 365 Business Basic or above. So there are business basic, business standard, business premium, or enterprise, and etc. So you need to equip with Microsoft 365 first, then have an add-on of Copilot. And Copilot is an annual license. It can be transferred. Yes, it can be transferred. If your staff are going on temporary leave, or your staff are going to be like having some changes, you can be updated and you can transfer the Copilot license to the specific person, and yeah, you don't have to worry about that. And there is no trial version for Copilot, so you can only pay for the 1 year for the license. And how much for it? The universal tag price for the Copilot is $30 per month, and it is a 1 year contract, so you have to pay $360, and it is equivalent to 480, including with GST. So it's around 480 per person per year for the Copilot license. And with grant, you only pay half. You only pay 243 per person for the Copilot license, and it's only valid till November this year. So the program qualifying period, as you can see, is till November 14th sign up period, but the program qualifying period will be like extended for another 12 months because it's a 1 year contract. And as a grant support for 50%, so you don't have to pay the full price. The burden is on us, Access Orange. And you may wonder if you are eligible or not. The eligibility mainly are 3 points. First one, you have to be local entity. Second one, the annual turnover is not exceeding 100 million Singaporean dollars. And third one, the employment size is within 200 workers. And you're pretty much good to go. If you're still having doubts, you can send me your ACRA and I will consult with Enterprise Singapore and give you the confirmation whether you're eligible for or not. And the grant is only support up to 50 licenses, meaning only offer for 50 employees of your company. You can enjoy this grant for only 50 people in your company, and you can submit or apply up to 2 times. So you can maybe buy 5 to 10 licenses first, and then by November you should submit another application if you want to add more. Otherwise you will miss a chance to get on the trend of the subsidy. And you only have to provide me with your declaration form, meaning that you are aware of you are using the grant, you are under this subsidy, and also you have to provide with the ACRA. And I will be in charge with collecting the documentation and confirm with Enterprise Singapore. So that's pretty much it for the Copilot grant. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me after this webinar. Okay, back to you, Nero.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea. And this will be come to the Q&A section. I see that question from Philip talking about the note taking in meeting from 45 minutes to 5 minutes. And can you explain further about this question? And actually, I'm not quite sure if I understand your question well, but with Copilot, we can make use of, all right, Philip, right, maybe.
Yeah, hi.
Yep. Hello, Philip.
Yeah, hi, Nero. Yes, yes. Because from that return of investment, the table that you showed earlier, there is this note-taking item that you mentioned from 45 minutes to 5 minutes. So are you saying because with this Copilot, during specific meetings or important dialogue, it can actually do recording and then that translate into notes from the meeting itself?
Yes, rather than you need to do some further editing for your note taking task, you need to maybe to fill some point, you need to change some word or to, do some modification after you drop the notes, and it takes a lot of time. But with Copilot, you just do it for you already. So I think this is the difference between the time save with Copilot.
Sorry, I don't understand. That means they can actually record down the conversation between multiple stakeholders, then it translates
Yes,
into. I see.
correct, correct.
Okay, okay. Thanks.
In multiple language as well. If you are talking to, let's say you're in Chinese, traditional, or in Mandarin, or in Japanese, Spanish, also able to do this translation task, rather than you need to spend time on do it by yourself.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Okay, got another question from Michelle. Is there any limit of characters for question we type in Copilot? Or if you purchase the Copilot license, there will be no limit. All right. Okay, let's see if there are any question. We can you can type in the chat box, or we can you can unmute yourself and ask me as well. Thank you, AJ, for the answer. All right, Michelle's got another question about the period for the Copilot grants. I think Chelsea, I remember should be until November, right? And
Yes, only 2 months to go. So I advise you to submit the application as soon as you can. Yeah, the period is until November for the application submission, and the grant period is like say you activate the Copilot license this November, so the Copilot license will valid for 1 year till November 2025.
yeah, and I think the best part is there's no a minimum license that for you to buy. You can maybe just purchase one license to try it out to see if the function, and also it's really what it says so powerful, and to consider the whether to purchase more. And I'm a personal user for Copilot, and I think it actually saved me a lot of time, and also the quality is ensured.
Yes.
So another question from Kenneth. If we are already using Copilot, are we still eligible for this grant?
Yes. If you are eligible for the SME grant, you can still purchase more, and it doesn't really matter. And as long as you want to equip with Copilot under the grant, every SME is capped with 50 licenses, meaning you can only purchase up to 50 seats of Copilot under the grant, no matter how what size of your company is.
Okay, thank you, Chelsea. And let's see if we have another question. Right, we will stay here for few more minutes. Okay, thank you, Philip. And I see Caleb still typing, and we will stay until 4 p.m. and see if we get more questions. If no, then we can we are pretty much about the end for today. Thank you, Philip. Thank you.